and thank you for joining Kava Minute. Today is a special treat or teaching. I wanted to share with you all today. This will probably turn into a series. It's something that I've been working on for a while, and watching some of the information that I gather as I research to figure out and find out from God what is it that He wants to and for me to talk about leads us to this particular topic. And if you can see the title, it says The Lost Mothers Day. And that is what we're going to talk about, lost mothers of today. I've seen some very disturbing things lately. And as a mother, as a woman, they, to be frank with you, they really bother me a lot. And so I wanted to address idly and not address them. We are a teaching and healing ministry. We want to teach. We want to give you tools, opportunities to be able to heal perhaps your past or bad experiences. And in order for us to do that, we have to talk about things. We have to talk about behavior, learned behaviors. And so as we go through this series, and prayerfully you'll listen to what I have to say, you will get something from it. And I hope you will pass it on share with somebody else. And while we're speaking of sharing, please subscribe and like. So today is the lost mothers of today. You may ask, why am I talking about lost mothers of today? Who's lost? Some mothers are lost. I'm just going to read something that I wrote. When I look at various programs, I'll include TV, TikTok, Instagram, it's all over the place, especially if you are on YouTube or TikTok. TikTok people will download things onto YouTube and Instagram. And so we are starting to see a pattern of women, especially women, malign and belittle and disheartened to see mothers use this type of genre to poor behaviors, or what they feel is poor behaviors of their daughters, to the point to where they're cussing them out, they're calling them all types of names, they're in their faces, they're aggressive, they are idly by the views and like they get. They're talking about their hygiene. They're talking about their grammar. They're talking about their schoolwork, their personalities. They are breaking them down little by little. And you don't understand. We don't understand the repercussions of what is happening. What happens in the long. When we do these things, it's not okay. I'm here to tell you and to bring correction to you. It is not okay. And then we wonder, why is my daughter acting this way? Why is my daughter saying these things? Why is she involved with the things that she is involved with? Why is she involved with the people she's involved with? Because the very person who's supposed to nurture her, blast her out on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram for some likes and views. Is that has come down to now? Is where we are when we have issues with our daughters, and we will have issues with your daughters. You're going to. It's a part of life. It's a part of the cycle of life. If they're doing something that's so egregious, you pull that back as a mother, as the disciplinarian, as the example. You are in control of what happens in social media, not your children's friends. You are. And if you don't know the mother, you've come to the right place. Because guess what? We have tools and people that's available to help you be better than what you think you are. We have to understand the responsibility, the spiritual responsibility, the emotional responsibility we have as mothers. It's so how when we are pregnant with our babies, we're so careful. We don't want anybody to touch us. Some of us, we have different belief systems. That you don't let everybody touch your stomach when you're pregnant. You don't let everybody speak over you. We're very careful about the foods that we eat, how much rest we get, and all these things. We're very guarded and protected. We stomachs. We are very careful about what we say and the music we listen to and how much stress we have and what we're exposed to, what our bodies are exposed to, because we want to protect our child. God created women to bear children, and He protected us. He gave us He gave us an instinct to be protective. The very thing that He's given us to preserve life. He's given us the gift to bear life and to protect it. And this is what we do. We display our own shortage or our own lack of emotional maturity or our own lack of parenting skills or mothering tools. This is how we do our daughters, the next generation. And then we wonder why we have the issues that we have. We're just continuing the generational curse. She remember how it made you feel. Something that you can just get up and walk away from. As women, we have to have more value of ourselves and put that in our daughters. I want you to hear what I'm saying to you. This is a phenomenon that is not okay. I find it interesting that dealing with humanity, we'll get up. It should be police brutality. How this last young man was slaughtered, calling out for his mother. Help him. And as a mother, we know the cry of our children when somebody else is inflicting comfort upon them. We're like mother bears. But what happens when it's us inflicting the emotional and spiritual trauma on our daughters? Where is the compassion then? Where is the nurturing then? God is not pleased. He is not pleased. Isaiah 63:13. Child, I will comfort you. God speaking. As a mother comforts her child, I will comfort you. So what he's saying is that the way a mother comforts her child is so precious. There's no other being that can comfort a child the way a mother can. And he's saying the way you care for your child, you take time, you set things aside to comfort your child, heart, soul to soul, spirit to spirit. This is the same comfort or more comfort I would give you. But yet, we continue to see this on TV, online. You know why? Does not value family. Society does not value the foundation of God and what He intended families and mothers and fathers for. They don't value it. They want to continue to tear at the very fiber of what families and mothers are supposed to do and supposed. He wonderfully created you. He took his time. He knew you before he even put you in your mother's womb. I want you to understand the importance of this and how precious mothers are and how precious daughters are to the Father. I'm talking to believers and non-believers because I'm seeing it on both. How frustrated you get with your child, you do not have the right to publicly humiliate, degrade, disintegrate your child. You do not have that right to do that. My heart bleeds. I was in tears to see this. We have taken away all nurturing. As animals do. We are not animals. We're not animals. God said, as a mother comforts her child, so will I comfort you. How can you go to your father and ask him to comfort you when you're mistreating his child? He created. How? Proverbs 31, 25, 27. Strengthen and honor her. I'm sorry, strength and honor are her clothing. Confident about the future. Her mouth is full of wisdom. Teaching is on her tongue. He's talking about the mother. He's describing the mother, the importance of what we do, the importance of how we build our children up, our daughters up. We're responsible for building them up. You know why sometimes you think it's okay to degrade your daughters? It's because somebody didn't love you, or perhaps you don't care for their fathers, and it's deep seated to badger you because your father hurt me. That's messed up thinking. That's how the world wants you to think. So now you've eaten the apple. Not only have you bitten off of it, but you've eaten it, and you continue to take a healthy dose of it every day. This is not meant to. I don't want you to feel comfortable. You shouldn't. And you shouldn't feel comfortable putting a can up to your child, waiting. Oh, let me correct myself. I'm sorry. We should not feel comfortable getting on our children's cell phones and going on to accounts. Their friends are and schoolmates to belittle them and wait to see how many people are going to come on and you get likes. What kind of mother are you? Oh, I'm talking to you. You're hurt. You're broke. You have tools that are missing inside of you that are you can't even recognize it for yourself. And I'm here to tell you, there is a There is a plan for you. There is a way for you to get healing. There is a way for you to become whole, a way for you to correct your wrongs, a way for you to be able to break the generation curse that's been placed upon you. His name is Jesus. You cannot talk about you're a strong woman and I do this and I do that and I'm this kind of mother and she know what I'm about and all the slang and all of this, and you do this, you're not. It's a sad state to be in because your mind is always racing with something else instead of sitting down and correcting your daughter and saying, look, this is not how you're supposed to present yourself. This is not valuing yourself. If you don't want them to do something, don't give them the tools to do it. Take the phone away. Take down their accounts. If they are creating accounts that you don't know about, it is your responsibility as a mother to take that telephone and so then you can stop it ahead of time, not stop it when it's all over everywhere and now you are having a temper tantrum because you've not been given the tools to address this properly. There are ways to address everything. And our behavior can't mirror their behavior. It's supposed to be the other way. The daughter should have so much respect for her mother and the things that she places in her that she'll give a second thought about what she's going to do before she does it. And let me say this, because I'll get some pushback. Well, my mother wasn't here for me, or my mother didn't love me. That's a heart hurt. But there was someone, a grandmother, a Medea, a Nana, a great aunt, somebody around you may have been that woman for you. Go to them. The precious mothers, precious sisters, my women, we cannot afford to raise up another generation of angry, empty, disgruntled women. We can't afford it. We are killing our babies because somebody verbally killed you. Somebody tore your spirit apart or your heart apart and didn't care. I hope you hear me. I don't want you to listen to this through I don't want you to listen to this. I'm on here fussing because I'm not. You hear my passion. You hear my love and concern for you. You hear my love and passion and concern for your daughters. You don't know my story, but I'm telling you something from some experience. I've never done my daughters like that, but I'm telling you from experience and watched the effects of what happens when we as women, when we as mothers do not uphold and respect and love and care for our daughters. We can correct them in a way to where we don't have to break their spirit. The Bible tells us that we're not to break our children's spirits. And God's going to hold you accountable. You don't have to. But let me tell you something. You can be healed. The only person who knows you better than you is the one who created you. The great creator, the great I am, Yahweh, Yeshua, Jesus, whatever you choose to, But however you acknowledge him, know that he is not pleased with that. It saddens him. And as women, we have enough issues. It's just being women. Those who look like me. Why would you do that and think it's okay? And the is, well, let me say the caveat, but we don't even think about the legal parts of this. You don't have to put your hands on a child. Just the verbal abuse alone can lay down. Now your finances are affected. Your home could be very well affected. And if the law doesn't find out, what about the companies you represent, the organizations you represent that you work for? How would they look at you? Do you think really someone would want you to work for them when you're doing this type of thing? Just your other family, the reputation. Let's think about what we're doing, ladies, before we do it. We should never allow ourselves to get so upset and so allow our emotions to get in front of us without thinking about the consequences. Action is a reaction. And I just want to leave you with that. You and he created you for great, blessed you. You've been blessed to be able to have a child, to be a mother. That's a blessing. Cherish it. Care for it. You continue down the road that you're continuing, and your daughter gets help wrong and heal. There may be a time in her life when she becomes a mother and say, you know what? My mother hasn't changed her pattern, and now I have to protect my child from their grandmother, rightly so. And now you've started another issue in a generation. To do better. This has been, I pray that you and to remember Isaiah 66:13, as a mother comforts her child, so will I comfort you as you comfort your child. You want God to comfort you? Comfort your child. We all need to be comforted. We all need to be protected and praised and cared for and loved. And I want you whole healing, not a whole healing. I want you to go down to the resources of your heart, the very thing that hurts you, that makes you get that and look at it and get healing from it, so it never has any control and reign over you again, to where you will never belittle your daughter again on the World Wide Web. That will be there forever. That is a blueprint that will never go away. It won't just affect her now, it will affect her in her future. It will affect you. And people, you want to have, the Bible says we want to be of good reputation. Be of good reputation. This has been Kavan Ministries, Pastor Allison Huckabee. I hope that you receive what I'm saying to you. Know that it's coming from my heart as a mother, as a nurturer, as one who believes in healing. Please receive this and get your help. If you need to contact us, you may. Kavan Ministries, gmail.com, Kavan Ministries at gmail.com. Please continue and ask God for help so that you will never repeat this again. Peace and blessings to you all.